Do you have a mathematical equation for predicting the sun and the airplane for both things using a mathematical model? Yes or no?
The airplane, I have a lot to say still, yes.
No. For two, everyone, I started this forum and we've been talking about this over 2 weeks. Do you have the mathematical model for assuming the Earth is flat for predicting the sun's location? It's a yes or no question.
Yes, I show the
okay. So show
the
us
derivation of the yes,
okay,
I show the derivation of the radius.
Do you have the model for
yes.
the location of the sun?
I can show
assuming
you.
It's
you
flat.
see my screen?
Yeah, but I'm asking you a question. You're not answering the question. I don't want to go forward if you're not going to show us a model of the prediction of the sun, assuming the Earth is flat. Are you going to show that, like Dan did for the round Earth? Yes or no?
I show this Bislin model for kinematically equivalent.
I'm not asking that. You see how hard it is to get an answer out of you?
No, I'm answering.
Do you have the model of predicting where the location of the sun is using whatever grid system you want, assuming in your view the Earth is flat? Do you have a model that you can tell me or Ryan or Suresh or Dan or anyone in the world where the sun's location is going to be if the Earth is flat? Do you have that mathematical predictive model? Yes or no?
We have this radius derivation of your vision. Why the sun sets?
No. You're not answering the question.
I'm answering.
No. I'm going to.
I cannot bring a sentence.
Does anyone else understand the question here I'm asking him? This is why we're doing this whole forum, and it looks like you don't have it.
I'm shut down. I'm shut down.
No, it looks like you don't have it.
And if you don't have it, I've showed three variables here.
Do you have a mathematical model for the 15th time that if you could put my location in a date and time, and assuming the Earth is flat, you will tell me where the sun is? Yes or no?
Your prediction of a model is not. It doesn't show anything about the shape of the Earth, just because you want to mathematically.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking you. Yeah. We gave you full freedom to define.
Yeah, you have hundreds of years. You have hundreds of years.
You're not answering the question. Listen, you're not answering the fucking question. Do you think I'm a fucking idiot? You've been dealing with fucking idiots, and you're taking advantage of people.
No, I never earned anything.
Assuming the Earth is flat, tell me your fucking mathematical model. Do you understand that?
Look at this diffraction and the derivation from the wavelength of the eye, and go to James and here he will explain it to you exactly.
You have the mathematical model, yes or no?
Space audits and Stone, go to them, and you see it here on screen. I just don't want to defend it.
Do you have a mathematical model? Do you have a mathematical model, Kevin, of the location of the sun, if assuming the Earth is flat? If not, I can derive it for you. And you can tell me if you don't know how to do the math, because you clearly have a bunch of retards who are helping you or not helping you.
No, I don't have a model myself.
Okay, so you don't have it, you fucking lose.
Okay,
you're done.
So let's go to the next one then.
No, you're done.
You can go to our.
No, it's over. It's over. It's fucking over.
Go to the other.
We're gonna end this.
Do it. No,
it's over.
I want. You know exactly that our.
You fucking lied. You're a liar. You're a deceiver.
I showed the Bislin code. I showed the Bislin code. I showed it on screen.
No, you're just showing some shit on the screen. You think I'm an idiot?
Yeah, it was formulas of the Bislin
code. You have a mathematical model of the location of the sun, assuming the Earth is flat. Yes or no?
How is it not a model there?
Show me your mathematical model if you input the variables of my location, assuming the Earth is flat. You get an output. Where is that? Do you have it? If you do, I'm all ears. I don't want to waste my fucking time with you.
Yeah, I would have liked to show you if you were.
You have the mathematical model. Does someone else? Does someone else want to ask me this question? Do you have the mathematical model of the location of the sun, assuming the Earth is flat? Do you have that?
assuming the
and if you don't,
when you do the source code,
if you don't have it, you've been wasting my time and everyone else's time. And the reality is you probably don't have it.
So you want to avoid the other experiment now?
Model.
When this model isn't,
you have the mathematical
model. Math isn't reality.
Okay. This is not going anywhere because you lost. You don't have it. You don't know how to do the science.
We can skip this point. You know, you excluded on purpose. You excluded on purpose.
You just fucking dug your own grave. You dug your own fucking grave. You can't produce a mathematical model after we gave you a week.
Yeah,
you don't have a model.
I'm a regular working guy. I'm not like doing this every day in and out.
Yeah, we gave you the opportunity to speak to as many people as possible. None of you fucking flat earthers can come up with a model. You're bullshitting people. You're fucking bullshitters.
I show here how you threw Wixit out. I show how you throw Man of Stone out. Get the Man of Stone. Get people who deal with this every day. Yes.
Yeah, you had chance for a week to go talk to them.
I prepared my painting very well, so I like to.
Where's your mathematical model, Kevin?
I like to object.
Where's your mathematical model, Kevin?
I like to object.
Where's your mathematical model, Kevin? Where's your mathematical model?
You can see that this thing works very well.
You've been doing this just bullshit. You can
see that this thing works kinematically very well. Yeah, I go back to it because am I still sharing screen? You see?
Okay. Please stop him from sharing the screen. He's wasting everyone's time. He doesn't have a model. He's full of shit.
Yeah, ask the other guys. And
you're full of shit. You don't have a model. You don't have a model. You lied.
I prepared 3 days.
I don't care how many times you spent. You don't know how to do science.
You don't know how to do this. That you don't see that you only do observations and no experiment. So
where's your model?
It's only observations. What you're doing. Kevin? The purpose of the summit is not to set up an observation.
Admit it. You don't know how to observation.
We have an experiment.
You need to get out of the way.
Do the observation of the motion of a non-terrestrial object.
Okay, please mute him.
You
this
write
is just fucking nonsense. Yeah, you're a fucking bullshitter. Total bullshit. You were supposed to come here with a mathematical model. We were originally supposed to do it on live. Then we gave you guys 7 days to use whoever you wanted. You cannot produce a mathematical model because you don't know how to do math. You don't know how to do science. You do know how to talk a bunch of bullshit and put a bunch of fucking PowerPoints together. And that's what you're doing. And that's what you guys are doing. And you're taking advantage of people. That's bullshit. You lose. Is there anything else to discuss? I don't have anything else to discuss. You guys fucking lost.
If I could add something quick about the attempt of a model he brought up, a flat earther named Shane Saint Pierre plagiarized a model that was by a Glober, Walter Bislin, and he did show that on screen there. That model is actually the Globe model. It uses a globe ephemeris of the solar system. It has the Earth 150 million kilometers away from the sun. It includes the tip of the Earth in all of the internal computations, and then it just projects it onto a flat surface to show how ridiculous it is for a flat Earth and show all of the failures of flat Earth. And they've actually plagiarized that and try to use it as their own model sometimes, but it uses the distance between the Earth and sun of 150 million kilometers. So it is the globe.
Okay, so flat earthers are using a globe model to project it onto a flat surface. That's what you're saying. So bottom line, to everyone listening out there, we came into this prescribing the scientific method. On day one, they were supposed to do the math. And in order to give a handicap, we said you have 7 days. Today's goal was to produce a mathematical model. And Kevin, you can shake your fucking head all day you want. You can sit upside down, but you fucking lied. You deceived people. You did. And I don't care about what you say, what the actions are, you fucking lied. You're full of shit. And we have an action. To everyone listening out there, we came into this prescribing the scientific method. On day one, they were supposed to do the math. And in order to give a handicap, we said you have 7 days. In order to give a handicap, we said you have 7 days. Today's goal was to produce a mathematical model. And Kevin, you can shake your fucking head all day you want. You can sit upside down, but you fucking lied. You can sit upside down. You can sit upside down. The bottom line to everyone listening out there, we came into this prescribing the scientific method. On day one, they were supposed to do the math. And in order to give a handicap, we said you have 7 days. Today's goal was to produce a mathematical model. And Kevin, you can shake your fucking head all day you want. You can sit upside down, but you fucking lied. You deceived people. You did. And I don't care about what you say, what the actions are, you fucking lied. You're full of shit. And we have an actual model by the globe earthers. We have no model by the flat earthers, which shows A, they cannot do mathematics. They don't follow through on what they say they're going to do. They just put gobbledygook shit out there because they're taking advantage of people who in a modern education system are not learning math or not learning physics. They just think by throwing out refraction, all blah, 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 vomiting shit, they're going to bullshit people. Well, you guys fucking lost. Okay, you had 7 days to consult as many. You can shake your head. You're fucking wrong. You lost. You fucking lost. I think by throwing out refraction, all because you're taking advantage of people who in a modern education system are not learning math or not learning physics. They just think by throwing out refraction, all blah, 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 throwing out refraction, all blah, 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 because they're taking advantage of people who in a modern education system are not learning math or not learning physics. They just think by throwing out refraction, all blah, 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 vomiting shit, they're going to bullshit people. Well, you guys fucking lost. Okay, you had 7 days to consult as many. You can shake your head. You're fucking wrong. You lost. You fucking lost. You fucking lost. You and Dave can go suck each other off all day long. But you took advantage of my time, everyone's time here. So you're full of shit. There is no model, period. So you fucking lost. You didn't follow through. I have really nothing more to do. If you guys want to go to the airplane, we can, but the main thing we left was the error margin.
I'd like to, because that was some effort that we actually put into that, and okay. I think that's something that it's going to demonstrate.
I just want to go on the record that the flat earthers produce no mathematical model because they don't know fucking math. They do know how to throw a bunch of slides up. What everyone saw was just noise, thinking they're going to bullshit people. So they must have gotten used to speaking to really fucking dumb people and taking advantage of them. But let me show you, this is my master's thesis. This took 2 years. This has 1,000 different equations predicting wave propagation. You can't do this shit overnight. It takes effort. And the reality is we have a whole strata of grifters who are bullshitting people. And if that is allowed to continue, you head into the dark ages. I take this very seriously because I know the amount of effort it takes to do science. And what you just witnessed today by this guy, Kevin, is absolute deception. So we did 2 experiments. You fucking lost. Flat earthers, go fuck yourself because you fucking wasted my time. It's bullshit. So now we're going to give the flat earthers. They came up with an experiment about an airplane flying over ocean towards a spot, and their claim is that the Earth is flat, therefore there will be a height difference, and we can bring this up. Let me bring it up. Rebecca, can I share screen?
Yeah, you should be able to share the screen.
Fucking bullshit. So the claim is The Earth is flat, case one. And if an airplane's flying into this ILS tower, that at 6,355 feet, the height of the airplane, that it'll be 23 miles, this hypotenuse will be 23 miles from this location with a 3-degree span. If the Earth is a globe, it'll be 21.7 miles. Am I right? That was a claim. And for this, you were supposed to derive the mathematical model to predict that. And as a part of that, what came up in the last discussion, so you can't say you didn't know, was a very clear question: what is the error margin of the measuring devices? Because if the error margin is such that it is within that range of the differential, your experiment is bullshit. It's useless. Am I right? Isn't that what we discussed? Yes? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today we'll again start with the globe earthers, present your mathematical model with the error margin, then we'll go to the flat earthers again. I have very little talk.
I thought they started first. It was their experiment. I'm
Okay.
fine either way.
All right. They can go first. Go ahead. But what we're expecting to the audience and everyone that we agreed upon, that you would present the assumptions and a mathematical model, not slides about random shit, the actual methodical process of building your mathematical model, right? And if you don't do that, I'm going to fucking cut you off and we're going to end it. Let's go. So your second shot, Kevin, you already lost once.
So full screen. Just letting you know that when you drift, that is when someone else, when someone is talking something he doesn't believe. But okay, let's start with the error margin. Full screen. So we are clarifying some of the lies and mistakes from last meeting's margin of error claims. To genuinely ask for error margin is, of course, a legitimate request, which it wasn't. But here I present FAA documents. We go even through the history. Here we see that 13 years ago, although the microwave landing system were not yet used in the US, they were looking at potential accuracy level of plus or minus 84 meters. Over the past 13 years, it's quite likely that the vast majority of airports have upgraded their hardware and to match or even surpass this figure of plus or minus 84 meters of DME accuracy, regardless of whether those upgrades took place. And sometime in the last past 13 years, we are indeed using the ILS in this experiment within the area of its native range of 22 nautical miles. Other instrument landing systems than the one mentioned here involve far larger coverage areas. As you can see here, 13 years ago, they also thought about 92.6 meters, but 1 year later, so this is here, 1 year later, they published the paper quoted last Saturday by Dan. On page 1, the author cites that DME accuracy is better than FAA requirements. On page 2, Dan highlighted the figure of 0.6 nautical miles. The author does not specify whether that is a total of 0.6 or it is plus or minus 0.6 nautical miles. Given the statement in page 1, along with the rest of what I'm about to cite, we can easily conclude that this is a typographical error. The real question is why we didn't look here at the table down. It says 0.085 nautical miles at 89 equipment. So, the real question is why Dan made the decision to cherry pick this typo, or what is written here as 0.6 as a bullshit tactic, or whether Dan simply doesn't look through papers enough. So we go through flight test data, which was obtained from both the FAA and Boeing in determination that current DME accuracy is actually better than FAA requirements. It says this in multiple places within this document that current DME accuracy significantly exceeds the current standards, and this was 12 years ago. To be clear about this text, 0.05 nautical miles equals 92.6 meters. That is already twice the resolution of the primary flight display's ILS tower distance indicator, which shows 1/10 of a nautical mile. So the accuracy level has come a long way in the past 12 years. Now we come to the present. This year, the FAA accuracy requirement for DME hardware, which is used with ILS, must be 75 meters or less. So the DME error is significant. So the DME error is insignificant. Now we get to the error margin of 12 years. Now we come to the present. This year, the FAA accuracy requirement for DME hardware, which is used with ILS, must be 75 meters or less. So the DME error is significant. So the DME error is insignificant. Now we get to the error margin of the ILS angle measurement, the second part we were talking about last Saturday. The FAA angle tolerance for an ILS signal pair is less than 4% of the nominal angle, which is almost always 3 degrees. Those 0.12 degrees amount to 1/3 of the travel distance from one dot to its center on the ILS display between 2.65 and 3 degrees. As a result, expected measurements for each scenario do not overlap. There's still a significant spread between the two in all aspects of this analysis, and I will show that. This diagram may not be to scale, however, it is proportionally correct. The lightest gray shading represents the beam divergence, which Dan requested to know about, 1.4 degrees here. This light gray shaded area has nothing to do with the gray shaded triangle seen on runway approach diagrams, just like the one MC Toon shared on his screen at 1 hour into last Saturday's stream. The runway diagram triangle around the 3-degree line has to do with whether there are obstacles in the way, which the pilot needs to know about during his descent, as you can read here. If there are obstacles present, the bottom half of the triangle is even not drawn in the diagram. So that has nothing to do with the margin of error, as Toon presented it. But this light gray triangle here represents the full deflection or beam divergence to the ILS slope gauge on the primary flight display from 2 dots below center to 2 dots above, with a total spread of 1.4 degrees. Yeah, it's what your display is able to detect. As you've seen in all previously presented diagrams, as well as the animation, the angular distance from 1 dot above center on the gauge to its center is 2.65 degrees to 3 degrees. Now we come to this thin tan shaded area on both sides of the 3-degree slope line. This represents the 0.12 degree ILS angle. The current DME margin of error requirement is in the small box on the left here. This is the current DME margin of error. So we now will add both error margins, 1/20th of a nautical mile, and that is twice the resolution of the ILS distance readout on the primary flight display. So taking the worst estimate scenario for both margins of error, the overlap comes to a total of 0.58 nautical miles. However, in obtaining a larger data set, the data itself will serve to critically attenuate both uncertainties through the simple process of averaging the resultant figures. The larger the data set, the smaller the uncertainty. So I hope this permanently puts to rest any issues of margin of error serving to invalidate this. There's a huge amount, still 0.6 nautical miles almost in the worst case scenario. You have both the values as you wished for. Yes. that's it for the objections for the margins of error. And so it is a valid experiment, and we gather more data, and you could find a lot of airports, because this was a question also over water. I show a couple here, some examples which were 20 nautical miles above water, more or less. And we can also show that previous data, if you don't want to spend any costs, we showed the prediction from 35 nautical miles. For flat Earth, we were 1% off, and for the globe, we were 1,000 feet off, almost here 10%. So this was one thing I said. We didn't do the exact experiment where we remained at that altitude, but we asked pilots to show their primary flight displays. And as you see here, we have a significantly closer outcome for flat as for the globe. And yes, we will continue to gather more data. The question was whether the costs of the flights. We looked up some planes. It was am I sharing full screen that I can just switch the document, or do I have to switch, turn it off again? Where's my document?
You have to usually switch the document. That's what I had to do, Kevin.
I can just switch the document. Okay.
Just click share again. It should bring up a
I need to click share again. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
No, I'm. Do you see the plane now here?
No, we see previous data.
Okay.
It's just
okay. Wait. Yeah. So I screen share again. Screen share. Let's screen share the planes. So examples to rent would have been here $125 an hour, and you even can fly with IFR. You don't need this. The VFR could be even cheaper, but $160 an hour, we said, like 2 hours would be enough. Another one, 226, and it is all wet, so it means it's still already with fuel. So it's not so expensive. You can have one try for $400, and this will give you 10 results, or 20, yeah, maybe 15, yeah.
Can I ask a quick question for you, Kev, real quick? Kevin?
Yes.
Can I ask you a quick question? So the cost of these planes, does that include a pilot, or is that just the plane itself?
That's the plane itself.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted clarification. Thank you.
So did you see the trial that we did? So even
where's your mathematical model?
I can bring it up again.
Yeah, you're supposed to include the error margin.
Yes.
And we do the mathematical model per the agreement that was made last week.
0.6 nautical miles are the difference, but I show you the whole formula again. This was from last presentations, from last Saturday. You can just bring up the last week's presentation. So it is but I showed the difference between globe and flat prediction.
You're not doing the globe prediction. That we got that covered.
I showed even with the result here the globe prediction. Like
no,
you want to see this?
You don't produce the globe prediction. I produce.
No, wait. Did you not understand the instructions for each experiment?
Idiot.
The flat earthers produce their model. The round earthers produce their model. So each person, which you agreed, So flat earthers, so globe earthers for the sun model produce their model. You didn't produce anything, thus you lost. Second is
you can ask other ones. Yes, I'm not every flat earther. You assume I act like everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah, you are, because you're in communication with them. We know that. Okay.
They are done with Tune. They know that you're shit showing there, and now you have nothing to say.
In fact, your entire airplane model, Kevin, was stolen from a guy called Stone, who was banned from this. Okay.
And why? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that?
And now
why is Stone banned, please?
I don't have to explain that.
Because you have nothing.
No, you have nothing. You can't.
You have not. You just exclude every mathematical good flat earther, and you want to
show us your model.
Go with me.
Let's stay with the program, and you can do this with other idiots, but you're not going to be able to do this with me. Where's your fucking model for this? For the flat Earth model? If the Earth is flat, where's your mathematical model? And the globe earthers present theirs. Do you have it or not? We can go back to the video. You agreed that you would do the flat Earth model with the error margin.
You want to show the video of the error margin, or you want to tell me why your test is not
you're supposed to have an equation. This is for your airplane experiment. Where's your flat Earth mathematical model predicting the height of the airplane, or that hypotenuse, as a function of all the other variables? You're assuming it's flat, plus adding the error margin. That's what we agreed to. Do you understand what you're supposed to do? Or do you want me to
page 7? Wait. Okay, I need to
last time we
stop screen sharing.
You showed us
we don't see your PowerPoint.
Okay, wait, I will screen share this page 7.
You're supposed to produce a mathematical model. You didn't do it for the sun, and we want to see it for your experiment. You had 2 shots. You've already lost on one.
So
so show us the equation, not like random pictures.
My mouse is hanging. I don't want.
We want to see the equation.
The mouse is completely lacking now. That's why when you include someone who does this every day, it's easier than trying to make fun of me. But you have to exclude everyone else. My screen is frozen.
Okay, so can you mail your thing to Dr. Prabhakar, then he'll display it?
Yeah. ILS experiment images.
Prabhakar, give me your email address, or I'll give you my email address. Mail it to you. Have my email address. Send it to me, and then I'll display it for you.
Okay. Mail to Shiva Ayadure. Show.
So this is the PowerPoint that you want me to display?
I sent you something now.
Hold on 1 second. Is it a PowerPoint?
It's a PDF. Wait, no, it's. Yeah, it should be the one I sent you, yeah?
You sent it to Integrative Systems? Okay. Integrativesystems.org? Okay, I'm waiting for it. It says ILS experiment images.
Image 2, top half.
But this is a PDF with 2 images. I don't see any equations in this.
It has the sine function. Sine 3 degrees.
Prabhakar, I'm sending it to display, okay? Prabhakar? Hello?
Yeah.
Prabhakar, you there?
Yeah. I'm waiting for it.
I just sent it to you to display. So again, if you could mute everyone for a second, Prabhakar. The agreements that were made and the promises that were made were that we would come to this meeting for the 2 experiments to follow the scientific method.
Dr. Shiva, can you unmute yourself? I accidentally muted you.
Okay, so just before, if you could unmute everyone except me, what was agreed to in 2 pre-meetings and in the last day 1 meeting, and we took handicap for people who didn't know math, so they could go consult with anyone that wanted, that they would come to this meeting for the experiment on the sun's location, that the flat earthers would have their mathematical model predicting the sun's locations, which they failed to do for the record, and the globe earthers would, which they have succeeded in doing. Then for the airplane experiment, the flat earthers would come with a mathematical model, including error margin, and so would do the globe earthers. And so what we're waiting is for the flat earthers to show us their mathematical model, including the error margin. And that's what we're supposedly going to see right now. Let's see if we see a mathematical equation with the error margin. Go ahead, Prabhakar.
All right, can you see my screen, Kevin? We lost Kevin. Oh, Kevin.
Because Kevin is having screen sharing issues.
All right, so he has a model of.
Well, right, but that doesn't include the error margin in there, does it? So Kevin, your equation for, well, what we're actually predicting is the nautical miles, aren't we?
Yes, the altitude is fixed. Yeah, I don't, because in your agenda, you wrote something about you want to address if the altitude is changing, but the altitude isn't changing. We want to keep the plane steady.
No. So simple question. What is your input and what's your output in your model? Yes.
I have it written down somewhere. It's the input is the angle, was it? And the output is what you need to get is the what you need to get, what you're looking for is the output is the distance, and the input is the fixed the, altitude and the angle. The angle is fixed and the altitude is fixed, yes. Because every ILS has a